It's time to say goodbye to the stress of last-minute cancellations. This is the video for you if you've ever had one, been frustrated by one, or not known what to do. In today's video, I'm going to show you my exact cancellation policy, but also so much more. So buckle up and let's get into it. Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Dawn Bradley and I have been a creative business owner for 12 years and in the beauty industry for 20. So if you're an anxious, awkward, ADHD entrepreneur, you are in the right place. All right, so today I want to talk about late cancellations because they are so freaking frustrating. You don't want to tell someone to come in if they're sick, but you're losing income, and what can you do? You want to enforce your policies, but what happens when it's out of your client's control? Well, I've got 3 awesome steps to share with you today that's going to change the game for your late cancellations. Plus, I'm going to share with you my exact word-for-word cancellation policy that you have permission to steal and make your own. Step 1, make sure you have a policy. I know this seems maybe, what's the word? Obvious? I know this might seem obvious, but honestly, so many times our policies live in our heads. And when we don't have something concrete, it can be really hard to fall back on something and you can't refer to anything. So step 1, make sure you have a policy. And a little bonus tidbit to this is make sure that your policies are written well and factual. You don't want to have any emotions like think or feel or maybe. A lot of times when I talk to my students, they want to add in clauses or exceptions. A policy is a policy and you want it to be a clear, straightforward statement. For those of us that are anxious and conflict avoidant, we don't want to be clear and straightforward because it can seem harsh or brash or rude. But you want to be clear. As Brené Brown says, clear is kind. And if you want help writing your policy, I actually have a workshop that's going to help you exactly with this. Go ahead and check the link in the description below to join the workshop and be able to get your policies in place as well as know how to write them and enforce them. But anyway, on to step number 2. Now, once again, these might seem really obvious, but step number 2 is communicate your policy to your clients. I can't tell you how many times I see cancellation policies or no-show policies in teeny tiny little text on websites or booking pages or only in confirmation emails. I remember getting my nails done by a girl once and she was complaining about clients not following her policies. And I went, oh, I don't actually even know what your policy is. And she's like, well, it's in the confirmation email. And truth be told, friend, I never read confirmation emails. I see them come in and I know what they're regarding. I'm like, okay, cool, delete. But the thing is we're so close to our own businesses that we don't often realize that we know where everything is. And of course, it's plain as day on my website there. It's in the confirmation email. But we realize as consumers, we don't read all those things. When I go to book an appointment somewhere, I'm not looking for the cancellation policy always. I'm not reading the small print. I'm going to do the thing. Same with confirmation emails. What's the data that I'm looking for? When's my appointment? How do I get there? I'm not looking at the cancellation policy. It is our job and responsibility as a business owner to communicate it thoroughly, and that means face-to-face with every client. I know. It makes you feel a little nervous. Oh, I want to be avoidant of it. I want to just hint at it. I want people to pick up on it. I want people to just know it. People can't respect something they don't know is there. And even if they know it's there, it's kind of weird if you never address it. So start getting comfortable with bringing it up at the beginning of every appointment and every service. With new clients, make it protocol that you go over it every single time. And with your existing customers and clients, make it a policy for the next couple months that you will refresh their memory and bring it up and say, I just need to go over these few things. Okay, and on to step 3. On to step 3 is you want to make eye contact with them when you're communicating it. This is a game changer. I've never actually watched the movies Twilight, but I remember someone explaining to me the whole imprinting thing where they like make eye contact and it's like this moment. And I like to refer to it even though I've never watched the movies. But when you make eye contact with someone and you get them to verbally agree, so you say to them, you look them in the eye and go, do you understand and do you agree to this? They have to look you back in the eye and say yes. And now you have a shared memory. And I know it seems minimal, but I can't stress how important this is to have a shared memory of verbally agreeing to something. It is a game changer. Plus you want them to sign off on it. Now here's the funny thing about this is I have never, you get people to sign off on things as proof and insurance that you can always lean back on where, if they cancel, you can be like, just so you know. But by doing this work and by communicating it well and having them agree verbally and having them sign off, you make that eye contact, you all of a sudden eliminate ever having to bring it out. It's almost this weird, like you do it so that you can bring it out, but you never have to because people respect you in your business. And so when you have a clear policy, when you communicate it thoroughly to your clients, and when you make eye contact and have them agree and sign off, 9 times out of 10, you never have to bring it up because they respect your policy. And here's something I want you to know about this. Lots of times people put policies in place and then they're frustrated because no one respects my policy. Spoiler, your cancellation policy isn't to eliminate last minute cancellations. It's not to get rid of last minute cancellations altogether. It's to protect the revenue of your business when they happen. They're not going to go away. They will still happen. But with the policy, you can protect your revenue against them. Now, before I share my exact word-for-word cancellation policy with you, I just want to address the fact that you're probably going, but what about when people push back? Okay, so I communicate this, and this is going to help eliminate last-minute cancellations. Yes, it will eliminate some where people now respect it. So they're going to think twice about last-minute cancellations, but they will still happen. Okay? Because there will be times that it's out of their control. But this will reduce a lot of the ones that do happen because people will respect and understand. But what about when they get angry or push back? Well, don't worry, friend, because next week's YouTube video is going to be all about that. So make sure you're subscribed, you've hit that bell so that you get notified when the next one comes out. All right, here is what you came here for, my exact cancellation policy, a template for you. I'll also leave it down in the description below so that you can have a copy of it. Let me read this out to you. I understand that special circumstances are unavoidable and a cancellation may be necessary. If you find yourself unable to keep your appointment, I request at least 24 hours notice. All cancellations must be done online through my booking site. Cancellations through email or social media will not be valid. Clients who do not honor their appointments may be charged a cancellation fee as follows. 24 hours notice, the services may be canceled without charge. Failure to show, the entire service will be charged. A cancellation under 24 hours notice, the services are subject to a charge up to the full amount of the service. I get my clients to sign off on this. I also read it out loud to them and make the eye contact. I have a clear policy written out for myself and I have communicated it effectively. Now, if you're like me and you're the kind of person who likes someone to just walk them through step by step exactly how to do something, I want to remind you of that workshop that I have that guides you in so much more in depth into this process with policies, communication, how to get clients on board, how you can become the authority, because it's so important to build trust, respect, loyalty, and authority. So go check out my 3-step strategy to getting your policies working for you in my workshop in the link below. All right, that's it for today's video. Let me know what you thought. Did you get something out of this? Is there something that you'd like to see in the future? And remember, next week I'm going to be chatting about how to deal with angry and pushy clients when putting your cancellation policy in place. Until then, I'll see you next week. And why don't you check out these videos while you're here?